In 2023, I told you that my word of the year was write, meaning like writing, journaling. I really didn't have any intentions for what exactly I was going to write. I just knew that I wanted to cultivate a skill of writing. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you an update as well as giving you some of the good questions that I've been journaling on. And if you're looking for questions to ask yourself that are really good questions that might help elicit growth in you, keep watching. If you're new here, my name is Anita. I'm a video marketing and social media strategist. I run a multiple six-figure business. I help people all over the world create content that converts. And I will tell you that if you ask good questions, you get good answers. So I'm always on a mission to find good questions. Before I dive into the questions, I want to invite you to join my free Facebook group, Video Marketing for Entrepreneurs. It's a place where you can ask your questions about video and marketing. So check it out. All right, there are so many lists out there of journal prompts, and I often find them to be a little bit shallow in the questions that they ask because knowing, well, what would I like to have for lunch or what emoji would describe me best right now is not actually the type of questions that I enjoy answering, because I think if you really take the time to ask deeper questions, you end up with deeper answers, which lead you to more growth. And absolutely, in this year in my business, I want to use writing as a method to help me grow. And I'd love to hear, is anybody else writing this year? Maybe seeing me talk about it has inspired you. I'd love to hear that. All right. So question number one that really has led to some interesting conversation with others, as well as, writing over here, has been, what is my say and do ratio? And what that is how much is it that I'm saying that I'm doing versus what I'm actually doing is happening, and really comparing that. And that has led me to really build trust with myself, because if you continue to grow doing the things that you say you're going to do, you're going to build trust with yourself as well as build trust with others. And this has been a really great question. Number two, what's one way I could improve my client results? This is a question I've been asking myself periodically, and it's led to some really great results and is leading to some changes in 2023 inside my program, the Video Growth Playbook, as well as in some other places. So this is a great question. If you're just looking for how you can grow in this next year, definitely encourage you to ask that one. Number three, what lesson came from today? Now, this was a question that my life coach was talking with me about, and it's something that I've started asking myself more and more, and it's helped me to identify some of the lessons that come from just everyday life of being a homeschool mom and a business owner and a wife. And so I'm definitely able to capture some of those lessons, and those lessons I've then taken to try to help me make leveraged decisions, and it's really been a great question. All right, number four, it's okay to change the plan, but am I self-sabotaging? Now, I think this is a really helpful question. It's one that I've encouraged other people to journal on. If you're somebody who is always in this place of like, new idea, I want the new next shiny thing, you really want to look at what is it you truly want and what does it take to get there. And this question can help you identify maybe where you are excited to change the plan, but maybe the plan change that you're looking at is actually not moving you towards your goals, it's moving you backward. And in that case, we'd call that self-sabotage. So this is a really good question if you just find yourself kind of floundering and looking for what's next. And maybe that's for some of you. So I wanted to share that with you. All right. Number five, what do I want to pre-decide? I think this is a really helpful question. If you're looking to really cut some of the overwhelm in your life, you can really make a list of what decisions do you want to pre-decide. This kind of let me make some decisions about auto ordering things like vitamins for my kids or snacks that I'm really okay with them having. Those are some of the decisions that really have helped me. I've also looked more at meal planning and really putting a more rotation in place, so I'm not having to think of things all the time. And this kind of helps with the decision fatigue that happens as a business owner and a mom and a homeschool mom. We're making so many decisions every single day. And so this has been really helpful. All right. Number six, what habits are keeping me stuck? Now, your life is built up on all of the habits through the day, whether you have the habit of drinking coffee or you have a habit of of journaling, or you have a habit of scrolling on your phone, or whatever it is, knowing what your habits currently are can really help you as you're trying to shift. And if you're interested in learning more about habits, can you let me know in the comments below? Because I'm learning a lot about developing habits and habit training in relation to my children and homeschooling, and reading a lot of really great things about how we develop habits. And I'd love to share that with you if you're interested. All right, question number 7. What would I love to happen? Now, this is a really interesting question because it's not what do I think is possible. It's not what could happen today. It's not what do I think is impossible, but really, what would I love? It begs you to really think deeper and imagine what you would actually love to happen if, you could just imagine anything, and then you can kind of reverse engineer the answer to how can I make something like that happen in my own life. So for instance, one of my loves was that I would love it if all of the snacks in the pantry were healthy. Okay. And so I just slowly swapped out different things so that anything that's in there, I'm okay with my kids having. So this is like an example of pre-deciding, but also really imagining the goal. And I know I'm talking a lot about food in this video, but I think it's an easy example that a lot of people can relate to. Another thing that I would love to happen is for some of my clients to hit certain particular milestones in their business. So when asking, well, what would I love to happen? This led me to kind of come up with some new resources to support my current clients. So there's a lot of really great things that can come from this. If you're strictly looking at this from a business standpoint. Question number 8, what is it that I need, but I'm afraid to ask for? Now, if you're somebody who really struggles to identify what your needs are, this is a really interesting question because it can help you really look at some of the things that maybe you're not asking for, but you would like to ask for, and you just haven't figured out how to formulate that. So this is something that I found to be super helpful, and it's had some things like kind of come up that I wouldn't have thought of without asking this question. So I thought it was super great. Question number 9, what's one way that I can make this next week easier? Now, this is a question that has led me to take a couple of hours on Sundays and kind of prep ahead some different snacks and muffins and different things that'll get me through the week. And that has led to some ease during the week. So this was like an example food-wise that helped. Another way that I did this was trying to go through my Google Calendar on Sundays and really shift knowing what calls I'm going to take for the week and what free time I have, and really pre-deciding how I'm going to use some of that time so that I'm not like sitting here unsure of the million things that I could do. What should I do? Okay. So that was super helpful. So really ask yourself what's one way that you can make next week easier, and that can work in your life or your business. Okay. And question number 10 is what's working well? Now, this is a really important question because I think often we're looking at, and as you saw in the last 9 questions, it would be things that are eliciting change, or what is it that I could, really grow in? And what's working well is a really great question for your life and your business. You can really help you to identify what's working, right? Because as business owners, we need to make sure that we're identifying what's working so that we know what needs work, and the things that are working we can do more of. So make it an effort to ask yourself this question pretty regularly so you can also identify the wins that maybe you wouldn't have seen previously. It's really a great question to be asking pretty consistently. And if you found this video interesting and you want to know more about my year of writing in 2023, I want you to click the video on screen where I kind of talk about what I was thinking with this year. And from there, you'll also hear about 2022, where I learned what focus really was. All right. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.